What up, it's your boy, Dick Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and as you can tell from the title, this is something I've never done on my channel at all, in any channel I've ever had. But, after that previous episode of So I'm a Spider, So What? My mind is left puzzled, and I have a lot of stuff that I kind of just want to get off and talk to you guys about, and a lot of the information you guys commented on, and stuff that's taking place. I got some speculations in my mind that I want to float out and put out there, and this is Theory Talk. Let's get it, man.
I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes.
First off, before I even talk about anything, please turn back if you do not want to be spoiled. I don't mind being spoiled on some things, but if you don't want to be spoiled at all, please do not watch this video. I mean, because people in the comments may spoil some things, because I'm going to speculate a lot of stuff in this video and kind of theorize a little bit with my own thoughts about everything that's going down. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this video. But for those that stuck around and you're still here, let's get into it, man, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and I'm a little ill prepared. But if this does perform pretty well, and I may continue to do it, I'll be more equipped next time. But right off the bat, from everything that's happened from the very beginning until now with So I'm a Spider, So What? Okay, when it first happened, we started off when we see the class pretty much just blowing up. And then we start with Kumo-chan being reincarnated into the spider, and she's breaking out, and all hell breaks loose for her from that very first moment. Now, in that time frame, I thought everything took place at the same time. And after this previous episode, you guys commented and let me know that there's two timelines. Like there's two stories going on simultaneously, and we're getting bits and pieces of each of those stories. Now, first of all, that is very, very intriguing, and the thought process behind it, the creator is on some next level stuff, man, because that is nice. That is very, very nice. Normally, you're dealing with a lot of stuff like that, like timeline stuff. You're either in the present timeline, and then you're seeing flashbacks, or you're in the flashback and then you jump to the present all of a sudden, but it's never simultaneously. You're getting information here and here at the same time. And honestly, I wouldn't have knew this if none of you guys kind of pointed it out to me. So thank you for that, because now I'm looking at everything in a different view, because now I gotta take my mind and fathom. Like I said, when the class blew up and exploded, I thought everyone was gonna. First of all, I didn't even know everybody was gonna be reincarnated, which was nice. The entire class reincarnated, teacher included, which was nice, by the way. But I thought it was just going to be our MC that got reincarnated. But that's not the case. So she gets reincarnated, and we start off with her story. Now, thanks to you guys with this simultaneous timeline type thing going on, I didn't know where it was going. But now thinking back from the very beginning and all of the stuff that I got this episode, I'm looking at the fact that Kumo reincarnated before everyone else. That's the only thing that like it seems like to make sense a little bit to me, that she reincarnated before everyone else, and what we're seeing is her trials and tribulations of her reincarnating as a spider before everyone else inside this dungeon. That's a lot to take in. Let me gather my thoughts. So if she reincarnated first, and then at the same time the whole class, got killed or whatever in the explosion, and they reincarnated, but she reincarnated first. When everybody else reincarnated, I don't. It had to be maybe 15 years, because like they're in school and they're all 15, and then some of you guys told me that like they actually grew up as these kids. Like they didn't pop in and reincarnate as these people at that age. Like they grew up as infants, and then we learned about the chick that was abandoned by her parents, and she's been bamboozled by the church to want to kill and hunt down people with the taboo skill. So now, realizing everything that's taking place, so it's possibly it's been 15 years, and these kids reincarnated. Oh shoot, how's that going to take place? Let me see. It's been 15 years. Let's set that up. It's been 15 years. So the kids actually had to grow up through those 15 years. Kumo-chan reincarnated first, and I don't know exactly how long has it been since she reincarnated? We can speculate and say that it's been 15 years. But also we can say that it's been a couple years prior to that as well. Now, I'm going down this crazy little rabbit hole because after everything that took place this episode, and you guys told me that, there's different timelines. So, now my head's trying to hurt. But if it's 15 years, it's 15 years. Julius looks maybe like 18 or 20 or something like that in the dungeon. And Kumo reincarnated before everybody else. So Kumo reincarnated before everybody else. The kids reincarnated. We're gonna leave that they reincarnated after Kumo for sure, but they actually had to grow up at the same time, which is 15 years. And if let's say Kumo reincarnated before they did, and because now going into the series, I was thinking that Kumo, like when we watch her pop up out of the egg, that was the starting point. That was what we were getting. That was the whole start of the series. But if her coming out of the egg was prior to the kids being reincarnated, then that means that Kumo reincarnated way before everybody else. The kids in the sensei, which is because she happened to be teaching them. I don't know. It's weird with that part, but she reincarnated with them, and they're all 15 years old. But she's an elf, so she's a little older, younger. It's crazy with that. But anyway, 15 years. Kumo reincarnated prior to that, and Julius is somewhere in between there, right? Because I want to say Julius's age is he has to be like 20 something, right? Or maybe like 18 or 19. So when we see Julius go down in the dungeon in this episode, all of this is after Kumo had already done her stint inside the dungeon. But what we're watching with the series is Kumo go through her trials and tribulations, which is prior to the 15 years of the kids. And it's been bugging me this entire time. Because I watch a lot of isekai, and I read a lot of isekai. You guys know that. So if Rimuru, being a slime, can take on human form, and the way that Kumo-chan is leveling up like a boss, and all of these crazy skills, and I'm still intrigued about Taboo. I still feel like Taboo definitely has something to do with it. But the chick in the opening that we see eating the world with the little bitty fangs and the blood and stuff, and it's the chick, and the eyes were pink. Could that be Kumo-chan? Because if Rimuru can do it, I feel like it has to be possible, even in another series. Like I feel like it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think somebody told me that this came out before that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Like it was created before then or something like that. But anyway, if it's possible, then that means what we're seeing about Kumo-chan, like I said, is prior. Julius is I'm speculating Julius has to be like 18 or 19, possibly 20 something. And the other kids reincarnated as babies, which has taken place, we know for sure, is 15 years. Well, maybe 15, 14 years. And if Kumo-chan is prior to all of that, and what we're watching is her trials as getting stronger and going through the dungeon herself before, when Julius entered the dungeon, which is present day time with the kids, like his brother being infatuated with him, and so they're like 14 or 15. So when we see the students, that's present day time, like that's present. And what we're seeing when Julius enters the dungeon is present. And the monsters that he fought, like the little white nightmare monster or whatever, or the others, all of that, and the monsters being a little bit stronger inside the dungeon, all of that stems from Kumo when she was running rampant in the dungeon, which we're seeing simultaneously with the present day as the kids. her past tense is our present tense, and the same thing that we're seeing with the kids is also taking place at the same time. So when Julius went into the dungeon in episode 6, that was present day. When we see the kids at the classroom and the other dude getting jealous that old dude's getting all the attention, that is present day. When we see the demon lord talking to all of her flunkies and she's sitting up there just chilling, relaxing inside this whole little area, that's present day. But Kumo going through the dungeon and eating catfish and all of this other stuff that she's doing, and eating snakes and grilling snakes and all of this other stuff, that's past tense. If that's the case, So What I'm a Spider may be one of the greatest things ever, man. Think about it like this. We're getting two simultaneous stories, past and present, at the same time. Then they just threw Julius in there. And some of you guys told me that like it was better in the light novel. But like they just threw him in there in episode 6, and I was like, I was not feeling dude at all. I mean, sure, the fight had some colors and the animation was nice and it was cool and all, but matter of fact, I was just talking to someone. Hold on, matter of fact, let me find it. It's in here somewhere. Hold on, I know it's in here somewhere. Hold on. Oh, dude, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Nibir Noor. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not even try to butcher your last name, but thanks to you, what you mentioned and everything, and you were spot on, by the way. If if any of those people died in Julius's party, I would have been like, oh well, okay, they're dead. I was not invested in these people at all, man. Like they didn't pique my interest. Like it was cool seeing Julius use magic and not really need the magic chick at all, but she was there to help him. Like when his health went down, like she rebuffed him a little bit, but. I'm like, if any of them like died, lost an arm, or it got real gory for a moment, I'd have been totally fine. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, they dead. That's messed up, man. But other than that, I didn't feel nothing. But that's crazy though, dude, because you gotta think about it like this. Kumo eventually evolved to the level of taking on human form from a freaking spider, for one. From a spider, for one. Which is cool, by the way. And we see her leveling up like a boss, which is past tense now. I'm getting there, which is past tense. We see her leveling up, getting stronger, and she's out here bossing it up. But we're dealing with past tense Kumo-chan when we see her going through her trials and tribulations in the dungeon. But that moment that we see her up here bossing in the opening itself, that's her in her human form. Now, what I'm wondering now is where does all of these other itty bitty spiders that we see in the opening and in the poster come from? Could it, like, they look just like her for one, but could it be that also those are her as well? I honestly don't. I'm like I said, I'm just speculating here, but could those also be her because she doesn't know magic? She's gonna have to learn magic. So. Could those, like the one with the little hat and everything, could that be her learning magic at the same time? Oh, man, I gotta end this video because if not, I'm gonna be here all day because I'm just going down this little crazy rabbit hole. And like I said, this series is legit, man. So what I have gathered, we're watching two different timelines at the same time. The kids and Julius is in the present. Demon Lord is in the present. Kumo going through the dungeon, leveling up each week is the past. Which is crazy, but wonderful all at the same time. Oh my gosh. Okay, man. I just wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to speculate and theorize a little bit and share my thoughts with you guys because I don't read the manga or the light novel or any of that, so I don't know. But just watching what I've seen and what I've gathered so far and talking to some of you guys about the series as a whole, this is where I'm at. And like I said, I don't mind being spoiled a little bit. So comment down below and let me know if I'm on the right track or if I'm way off 100%. If I'm out there in the woods just twiddling my thumbs because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'd like to think I have like a general sense of what's going on, and not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm pretty good at like realizing what's going on in the series and grasping hold as what is taking place after watching a couple things. And get sure, I was a little off at first because I didn't have like any information to go with it, but thanks to you guys getting a little information, I can kind of put my theories together, and I feel like they kind of hold weight a little bit. I may be off a little bit, but I feel like they hold weight a little bit. This is what incredible, man. Don't forget to smash the like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. Peace out.